But let's hop into this setup. All right, so we're gonna set up a few different charts, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I have my THINKORSWIM set up for day trading. Now, depending on how many monitors you have, you might be able to add more to your THINKORSWIM, or you might have to take some away. So for me personally, I have 3 screens that I use my THINKORSWIM on, and again, I'll show you guys how to set that all up. But by default, when you open your THINKORSWIM, it's gonna look pretty much exactly like this. Now, this is a very ugly chart, so let's go ahead and let's make this a little prettier. So the very first thing that you want to do is, I don't like how this candle is right up against the side right here. I like to add a little bit of space. So to do that, we're going to go to the settings. You're going to click this little cog icon up here, and then you are going to go to, I believe, your time axis. Now from there, you want to find your expansion area, and we're just going to put this to, let's just do 20, and then we're going to click apply. Now from there, you can see that it added that space, which is personally what I like, but if you like it when it's right up against the side, you can do that, but I like to add more space. Now also, I don't like how the background looks, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to settings again, and we're going to go to appearance. Now on the appearance, what we're going to do is we are going to uncheck the grid. So it gets rid of those annoying white little lines in the background. Then also I like to have my volume the same color as the candles. So right here where it says volume bars, color as thimble ticks, you're just going to click that. And you can see now we have red and green volume. And again, you're going to click apply. Now, when it comes to setting up your candlesticks, again, it's going to be personal preference, but when I go and set mine up, I like to have it all filled. So right here where it says fill up, you're going to make sure that that's checked. And then I like to make my green candles a little brighter. So we're going to go up here where it says border up. We're going to click this green color right here, and then we're going to click more. Now, again, I like to choose the brighter color. So I'm just going to choose this one right here. And we're going to click OK. Now we're going to go back down to fill up, click that, and then go to more, and again, choose the bright green. So now we have brighter green candles. Now, as far as the red candles, I like to have them a little darker. So again, we're going to click that red, go to more, and then we're going to choose this red right here. Again, it could be personal preference, but I'm just going to choose that red right there. And then we're going to go to fill down, do the same thing, click the red, click more, and then we're going to click that red right there. And then we're going to click apply. So now we have brighter green candles, but then also we have this brighter red for red candles as well. Now, as far as the background, I like to make it a little lighter. So we're going to go to background right here, click this, and then this is the gray that I use right here. But again, it's really going to be personal preference. If you want to use black, you can use black. If you want to use blue, you can use blue. But I personally like to use that gray right there. And then again, we're just going to click apply. So that's everything as far as the appearance. So when you hop on in the morning and you go through and you do your analysis, you can do it all on this main chart right here. Now, typically when I'm doing my analysis, I only like to put the 21 exponential moving average on. So what we're going to do to add that moving average is we're going to go up here to edit studies, and then we're going to type in EXP. Now, again, it's going to be personal preference on what indicators you use. But again, like I said, when I'm doing my analysis, I like to use the exponential moving average. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to click that, and then we're going to add selected. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the settings, and then we're going to go to length, and we're going to make it 21. And I personally make mine white. I like to make the width a little thicker. So like 2 or 3, we'll just do 2. And then I make it this dashed line right here. And then we're going to click OK. And then we're going to click apply. Now, as far as your support and your resistance levels and even your trend lines, if you go down to the bottom of your screen right here where it says active tool, you're going to click right there, and you're going to find the $sign with this little line under it. It's going to say price level. You're going to click on that, and then just draw a random line on your chart. By default, it's just going to be this red line right here. We're going to fix this. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click. We're going to click edit properties. And then I personally make my support or resistance lines white. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to make it white. Now you want to go up here to where it says left extension, and you want to make sure that that is turned on. And then you also want to go right here where it says show price, and make sure that it is showing price on the right. Now what you want to do is click save as default. So now the next time you draw a support or resistance line, it pops up the same exact way. If you want to delete all that, just right click on your chart, clear drawing set, and then yes. Now the next thing we're going to fix is going to be the trend lines. So again, if you go down to your active tool, find this line right here that says trend line, click click on it, and then just draw a random one on your chart. Now, again, it's going to be personal preference how you set this up. I personally make my trend lines, I think right now I have them as blue. So I'm just going to make it blue, save as default, or actually, no, we want to make it a little thicker. So let's make it like a 2 or a 3, again, up to you, and then save as default. So that is how I have my trend line set up. So now that we have that set up, the only other thing that I want to show you how to set up when it comes to your tools is going to be your Fibonacci retracement, because this is a tool that I use a lot. I want to show you guys how I set it up, and then I'll show you guys how to set up the watch list and everything over here, and then I'll show you how to set up the day trading side. And if you haven't already, I highly suggest checking out my new book, The New Age of Day Trading, the Ultimate A through Z Trading Guide, officially on Amazon. In this book, I go over my entire day trading strategy, how I use Fibonacci retracements, sniper entries, stop loss strategies, a lot about SPY and QQQ and how I trade those, and so much more. So again, if you guys do want to learn more about my overall day trading strategy, the link to the new book will be down in the description. So again, you want to go down to your active tools, find the Fibonacci retracements. It's going to be this percentage sign right here. Click on that and then draw it in any random place. Now, a lot of them are going to pop up, but what you want to do is right click, go to edit properties, and then you want to uncheck everything that is not the 0.5 or the 0.618. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to uncheck all of that. Now, also down here at this trend line curve property, I personally just make it like a white, and then I make it like this super small dashed line. That way it's like not really taking up too much of my screen. But going back to the edit properties, now from here, what I do is I make my 50% retracement this green color, and then I make my 61.8 this gold color right here. Now again, I make them a little thicker with the 2, and then what we're going to do is we're going to save as default. Now every time we draw these, it's going to be those 2 right there. And the only other thing I want to show you guys real quick, sometimes when you're doing your analysis, I see a lot of people don't know how to actually do this. You're going through, you're doing your analysis, and you're trying to get this to like draw at the perfect level, right? You can see it's not snapping on. Well, there's actually a way to get it to snap on. If you go to your chart settings, and I believe it's in general, yes, snap drawings 2, right here where it says none, you're going to click on that, and then you're going to find OHLC. Click on that, click apply, and now every time you go and draw your levels, it's going to automatically snap on to that candle. That way you have a lot more accurate levels. So now that we have all of that set up, over here, personally, I just have a bunch of watch lists. So I don't really care about the live news. I don't care about the Trader TV or the quick chart. But again, it's going to be personal preference. I just personally delete them. So to delete them, you're going to go over here and you're going to click the show actions menu, and you're just going to click delete gadget. We're going to do the same thing up here, delete gadget. And then as far as the quick chart, same thing, click that button, delete gadget. Now from here, you can just add your watch list. You're going to click this plus button or anything else that you prefer to have over here. Again, really up to you. But you're going to click the plus button, click watch list, and then you can add more watch lists. So you can make a new one, you could click edit, and you can name it something else. You can name it swings. And then you would just go through and you would delete all this and then click save. So you can add more watch lists doing that. Now, the other thing is, if you want to sync up a watch list with this chart over here, you're going to come up here to the symbol link button right here. And since this one is this yellow and number 2, you're going to choose 2 yellow. Now, every time you click on one of these, Apple, it's going to switch the chart. QQQ, it's going to switch the chart. Tesla, it's going to switch the chart. So now that you have your main screen set up for all of your analysis, now let me show you how I set up my screen for day trading. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on over here to flexible grid. We're going to click on that, and it's going to take us to a screen that looks like this. Now from here, what we want to do is we want to go up here to show grid actions, and we want to click on that. If this is not here, all you're going to do is uncheck or check customize grid. So if you want to add more, you're going to check it. If you're done doing your customization, you're going to uncheck it. So we're going to leave this on for right now. Now, when it comes to my day trading setup, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this. So we're going to click this button right here. And actually, to make this a lot easier, go back to charts, right click on this, click style, and then we're going to go down and click save style. This is going to give it a name. Let's just name it clean chart, and then click save. So now when we go back to the flexible grid and we type in Apple, for example, we don't have to go through that whole process of going through and making the customizations again. We're just going to right click. We're going to go down to style. We're going to go to load style, and we're going to choose clean setup. So now it just did all that for us. Now we're going to type in Apple again, go to this chart, right click, style, load style, and then same thing, clean chart. So on my day trading setup, I have two charts over here. I have the 5-minute, so let's make it the 5-minute right here. And then I have the 15-minute right here in the middle. Now over here, what we're gonna do is we are going to add a chart right below this one. So we're gonna click right there. Now from here, what we can do is come back up here to show grid actions, click on that, and then uncheck customize grid. Now this bottom chart right here, we're gonna type in Apple again, and then we're gonna right click, go to style, load style, clean chart. Now this chart down here, personally what I do is I put it on a 2-minute time frame. So to add the 2-minute time frame, we're gonna click right here where it says time frame. We're gonna go to intraday and we're gonna put 2 minutes. And then from there, we can click OK. So you can do it like that. Or if you want to put the 2-minute as an option right here, again, click on the time frame, go to customize list, and then we're going to add a time frame and we can add it right here. Add 1 day, 2-minute, and then click apply and OK. So now if we switch it to a 1-minute, say we're trying to find an even better entry, but we want to go back to a 2-minute, we'll just simply click back on that time frame, 1 day, 2-minute, boom. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure that all of these are synced up, but we want to make sure that they are not the same color as this main screen right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to flexible grid and we're going to choose a color that the main screen is not. So let's just go ahead, let's make it orange. So we're going to make that orange, we're going to make this orange, and then we're going to make this orange. So now every time we switch the stock, maybe it's the SQ, SPY, Tesla, whatever it is, all 3 of those switch at the same time. So now that we have these 3 set up, now what we're gonna do is add my indicators that I use for intraday trading. So the 3 indicators that I use, we're gonna go up here again to edit studies, is going to be VWAP. So we're gonna type in VWAP and we're gonna click on that, add selected, and then we're gonna type in EXP, get 2 moving averages. So click on moving average exponential, and select it twice. Now from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in the settings for VWAP and we are going to find this tab right here that says VWAP and we are going to make it orange. Now from here, I like to make the width 2, but personally on the VWAP, I don't use the upper band. So we're gonna click on upper band and we're gonna uncheck show plot. Now from there, we're gonna go to lower band and we're gonna uncheck show plot. So once you've done that, click OK. And now we're going to go to moving average exponential. We're going to click settings and we're going to make this the 8 EMA. Now I personally make my exponential moving average this pink color right here. So I'm going to click on that, pink or purple, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to make the width 2. Now again, we're going to click OK. And then we're going to go to the final moving average and make it the 21 EMA. And again, we're going to make it white. We're going to make it 2. And we're going to make it this dashed line right here. Now from there, we can click OK and apply to the chart. So these are the 3 indicators that I use intraday. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click save as set and we're going to name it day trade setup. And we're going to save. Click OK. Now we're going to come over to this screen. We're going to right click. We're going to go to studies. We're going to load study and then we're going to choose day trade setup and then bring the volume all the way back down there. So now we have the 5-minute time frame set up and we have the 15-minute time frame set up. As far as the 2-minute time frame, I only use VWAP. I do not use any other indicator but VWAP on the 2-minute time frame. Reason being, VWAP is the same price on every time frame. However, if you're trading using 2-minute exponential moving averages, they're not going to be super accurate. So we're just going to make this orange. We're going to make the width 2. We're going to take off the upper and lower band. We're going to click OK and then apply. And we can actually make this a little larger. So we're just going to go down here. We're going to make it so the mouse looks like this. And then we're going to scroll up and bring it to like right there. Now with this 2-minute chart, I also like to turn on level 2 and we're going to shrink the level 2. That way the volume is not overlapping on the actual chart. So about like right there is good. Now this screen up here is going to be my active trader. So we have to type in something. Let's just type in F, for example. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep the C, but then we're going to click right here where it says active trader AT. Now this is where you're going to be buying and selling your options. The way to pull up options, it's actually very quick and easy to do, is you're going to click this down arrow right here. You're going to go to options and we can just type in something like SPY. And then from there, you can see that you have all of the expirations right here. And we can just pull up the 511 call, for example. And I personally put this on a 1 minute time frame. And we're actually going to turn off the volume. So we're going to go to that setting button up there, go to options, show volume subgraph, apply. And let's just bring this down a little bit more. There we go. So now as far as setting up the active trader, again, we're going to do the same thing. Right click on this, go to style, load style, and then I believe we called it what, day trade setup? Was that it? No. Right click on this, clean chart. There we go. So now we don't have to go through that whole process of switching how the candles look and adding space to the sides. But this is where you're going to be doing your buying and selling your options. You're not going to have to switch back and forth between the trade tab and your monitor tab just to open or close positions. You can do it all right here. So by default, we have it where it just says buy market and sell market. That's not good enough. So now we have to go to the configure buttons right here. We're going to click on that, and you can see that we have a line of options right here. What we want to do is we want to find this quantity with buttons, and we want to put it up here. We want to put it right below cancel. Now, I personally don't use reverse, and I personally don't use flat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find buy the ask over here. We're going to click and drag it and put it above buy market. Then what we want to do is we want to find sell the bid. We want to find that, drag it over and put it above sell market. So it should be buy ask, buy market, sell bid, sell market, cancel, and then quantity with buttons. And then you also want to make sure that you have your auto send on/off in the second line. And then we're going to click OK. We can choose how many options do we want to buy. And if you want to change this to like a higher quantity, you can do it all in the setup button up here in the active trader tab, but we're just going to leave it the default how it is now. And now the last thing is we want to make sure that the auto send is on. So right here where it says the show buttons area, we're going to click on this arrow and you're going to see this auto send right here. You want to make sure that this is checked. That way, when you go to buy or sell your position, it immediately goes through. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video on how to set up your THINKORSWIM for day trading. Again, this is going to be for your analysis. This is going to be for your active trading and watching on a